Just for me. And it's gonna be. And it's gonna be big. Hey! Sisters in Purpose, and welcome to the Sisters in Purpose YouTube channel. Interview number 4. I am super excited. I have here with me Miss Shantia Bailey. I definitely believe in divine intervention. I kind of hesitated to reach out to Miss Tabitha in regards to the interview, and oddly enough, when I did, Tia let me know she visited the brunch spot 2 days prior, and that she had gotten to meet Miss Tabitha. So I thought that was awesome. We are here at the brunch spot. 8022 Kitty Hawk Road in Converse, and shout out to Miss Tabitha for accommodating us today. She's the owner. And then crazy enough, Tia mentioned that she couldn't meet me until like 11. She had an event she was attending the night before, and I ended up attending an event last night. And lo and behold, guess who I was sitting across from? So I had so much fun with her last night, and it kind of set the tone for the interview today. So I'm super excited. Let's get into this introduction. So Shantia Bailey is a Detroit native, mother of 1, lifelong creative and entrepreneur. Growing up the youngest of 4 in a single-parent household, Tia struggled to verbalize and cope with her emotions, so she turned to various art forms to work through her internal conflicts. Her creativity flourished through her use of storytelling, poetry, dancing, writing music, and playing various instruments. Wait, you play instruments?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get into that. While working toward her bachelor's degree in Eastern Michigan University, Tia began her exploration into artistic self-expression through acrylic painting. After college, however, she struggled to find ways to merge her love for the arts with her academic background in marketing, and ultimately stepped away from her role as a digital marketer. Now based in San Antonio for the past 11 years, Tia has built a mission-driven business rooted in storytelling, education, and cultural celebration. With a background spanning in hospitality, marketing, and digital media, she brings a unique perspective to her work, merging creativity, strategy, and community building. Through her brand, Art and Amp, she collaborates with local businesses and museums to create joyful art-centered spaces that celebrate Black culture and history as forms of education and resistance. Sisters in Purpose, let's welcome Tia Bailey of Art and Amp. Yay! I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank
it was
you,
definitely destined. She's like my bestie in my head now.
Okay.
But it makes sense too why you were at the fashion show last night, because that's like really your avenue. That's you know your vibe. So it makes a lot of sense. But again, let's get into so what instruments do you play?
So I played piano for many years, guitar. I even played flute and clarinet at some point.
She is a woman of many talents. I love this. I love this. All right, so first question. What role did storytelling and poetry play in helping you express your emotions as a child?
Well, when I was a kid, like I said, growing up with 3 older siblings, and then being the youngest, and my mom being a single parent, it was difficult to like get the attention that I needed and be able to talk about whatever was troubling me as a kid.
Yeah.
So, I use storytelling and poetry as an avenue to just express myself and to talk about the things that were either bothering me or what was making me happy. And I really dove into that. That was my way to like just silently express myself and be able to write about whatever was going on in my life.
That's good. And that's I always feel like you should use like, your struggles to pursue your purpose. Because I feel like that's how God will hone you to be able to become good at your abilities. Like, so that's definitely inspiring. It's inspiring. What was the turning point that led you to step away from your role as a digital marketer?
Well, there were multiple factors that made me step away from digital marketing. As much as I loved it, I was in a role that allowed me to help the community and allowed me to work with a lot of small businesses in the San Antonio community. And although I loved that job, it didn't allow me the creative space It didn't allow me to combine my marketing, what I knew about marketing and what I loved about creativity together. And so ultimately I did step away from that role to pursue being a stay-at-home mom. Actually, I did that for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Being a stay-at-home mom with my daughter and just raising her and teaching her and different things like that. That felt more fulfilling to me than working for someone else. And ultimately, during that time, I started Art and Amp.
Oh, wow. See, God does everything for a reason. He for sure does everything for a reason. And always follow your joy, because your joy will lead you to your purpose and your passion.
Absolutely.
So always follow your heart. God will bless you and lead you in the right direction. So that's good. And it also is like telling of you as a person as well, because you're obviously a great mom. You put your child first and decided to, the job to wait. Like, she's my future here, and I need to make sure that I take care of her. So that's great. That's very awesome. Tell us about the mission behind your brand, Art and Amp, and what inspired its creation.
So what inspired me to start Art and Amp was, I had been painting already for 8 years at that point by the time I started the business. Mm-hmm. But, it was just something that I was doing for fun. Yeah. And somebody believed in me. It only took one person to say, hey, I love your art. Can you paint this thing for me? Mm-hmm. And from there, I was like, man, somebody believed in me enough. They enjoy my art enough to actually pay me for it. And from there, I was like, okay, I'll start this business. I'll pursue that. Since I was 6 years, I've known since I was 6 years old that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. Because I was doing entrepreneurship fairs at my elementary school.
Oh,
so
wow.
I always known that I would be an entrepreneur, but I never knew what it would be.
What it would entail. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it wasn't until, that time in my life came that I was like, okay, it's time. This is the thing. This is something that I love to do. This is something that I know how to do, and this is something that can make me money. Yeah. So when I was able to combine those three things, that took off. That's what allowed me to be able to start this business, and that's what really inspired its creation, is getting after doing something that was important to me. Yeah.
And it's all about timing. It's always about timing. It's about his timing and not ours. When it's your time, you'll know it's your time, and it'll be smooth sailing. So, and we talked about, I did the interview with Jay Millie. We didn't exactly release it because we didn't have mics. But I also felt like, we both felt like the interview could be better. But we talked about in the last interview, too, about how all it takes is 1 year.
Yes.
1 year. Yes. So, yes. Don't let the no's deter you. Don't let the no's deter you. Continue. Keep going. Keep pushing. That 1 yes will be what helps you take off. So don't listen to the naysayers. What are some memorable collaborations you've had with local businesses or museums in San Antonio?
There are two that really stands out that helped me, just guide me in my mission and my vision for Art Now. The first one was a collaboration that I did with La Vita and SACAN, which is our local African American museum. Mm-hmm. And from that collaboration, I had already been working with La Vita for a while, doing the painting in the plaza.
Oh yes, I've seen that. I've seen the photos.
And so they had asked me last year in February to do a painting in the plaza, and I had heard that SACAN was doing their annual Black Art Market at that same time.
Oh,
so I was like, okay, how can I collaborate with them? This will be, how can I make it? How can I do this with purpose?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do something Black history themed and really market it to our community in a way that would make us come out.
Yeah.
And so I was able to do that, and we had the most people that we've ever had sign up for the painting in the plaza. So I was really excited about that. And it gave me an opportunity to share what I was learning about Black history, what I was learning about African Americans in the arts, and it was a good turnout. We had a good time, and that changed my whole perspective. That, was a turning point for me for Art Amp, because it really drove me to began to share Black history through my art practice. And then the second collaboration that really solidified that for me was the one that I did with the Witty Museum.
Yes, that's how I started following you.
Yes. So the collaboration with the Witty Museum was because I had a connection from SACAM that connected me with the Witty Museum, with the historian over at the Witty Museum. And Ron Davis had curated the show, which was what was it called? Cowboys, like, what was it called? I'm trying to think of the name of the thing. Black Cowboys: An American Story was the name of the exhibit. Yes. And so I was able to collaborate with him to do like a paint and sip where he did a walkthrough of the exhibit and taught about the history of Black cowboys in Texas. And then I was able to do the paint and sip afterwards. So both of those collaborations really solidified for me that there is a place in this market for teaching Black history and sharing that history because we really need it.
Yeah, and the fact that people show it up, like that's what we need too. We need more people to show up. We're putting on these events. People like Tia are putting on these events. We need to make sure that we're showing up and supporting because we're really doing it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So show some support. We really appreciate. We want y'all to be out there. So just show up. That's all it takes. Just show up.
Indeed.
Why is it important for you to center Black culture and history in your work?
Because it's important for me to center Black culture and Black history because being in San Antonio, this is a different space for me. I'm from Detroit, so I'm from a predominantly Black city where, you can go out and you feel like everything is for you. You don't have to worry about, like, is this an event for me?
Right.
Am I going to see my people there?
Right.
And so a lot of what I've heard here in San Antonio, especially from people who have moved here, like Black folks who have moved here, saying like, oh, there's not enough variety in the things that are for us. And so I wanted to be a part of the solution. I wanted to help bring more events here that are for us. And so that was kind of the turning point in bringing Black culture and Black history to the forefront of my art practice. And it's been something I've been doing in my own time, learning more about Black history because, we are in a time where they want to shut it down. They don't want us to learn more about Black history. They're trying to shut down museums. They're trying to take out our history from the textbooks and what kids are learning in school. So if they're not going to do it in the schools, if they're, making it so it won't be able to happen in the museums, then we got to do it somewhere. And I want to be a part of the solution.
We got to be the change we seek. Amen.
Indeed.
So what challenges have you faced as a mother and entrepreneur balancing creativity and business?
Oh, man. That's a tough one because, like I said, I have a little one. She's 5. And I'm always trying to, give her as much attention as she needs. It's only one of her. Which, it's a lot different from how I grew up. She's growing up a lot different from how I grew up.
Times are so different for sure.
Indeed. And so I, just try my best to give her all the attention, but at the same time, I'm still trying to figure out, how to manage this business. And it's a learning process, for sure.
Absolutely. Juggling motherhood and business is definitely, it's a process. It's a process.
Indeed. Every day I'm still figuring it out.
And that's all we can do. But you're doing such a wonderful job. Us Black women, we make it look flawless. So, but I mean, it's not always easy. It's not always easy.
Absolutely.
So what advice would you give other creatives trying to merge passion with profession?
Advice. I would just say, so this is, it's easy to say, just go after it and do the things because I'm speaking from a place of privilege. I had people who were supporting me. I had financial backing, like within, my household that was supporting me to be able to do these things. So it was easy for me to just say like, oh, just go after it, just get after it. And it's not always that easy.
Right.
It is not always that easy.
That's simple.
So what I would say is start where you can. start where you can. Even the smallest thing. If you're an artist, you know, look for the events and go meet other artists and talk to them about how they're doing. Networking, yes. That is a big one.
Your network is your net worth. And that is so true.
Yes.
That is so true.
So, you know, get your community together. Yes. You know, get the folks together who support you, who are interested in your vision and what you're doing. And, you know, just do what you do and do it for the people who are already supporting you. Yeah. And then more supporters will come.
More supporters will come. Your money will come. Like, do it for the right reasons, and everything else will come later.
Absolutely.
Yes. But definitely network. I have to give a shout out to Women Unlimited because joining them, it's opened so many doors for me. They're the reason I met Miss Gloria. She's who invited me last night. Shout out to Miss Gloria Wright. But I've definitely been growing my network since joining Women Unlimited, and it's been great. So again, networking is where it's at. So make sure you're getting out there. Again, supporting these events. Tia has had so many amazing events, and the discussion panel, again, I'm so sad I missed that. I didn't see the flyer, but I'm so sad I missed that. But I'm sure there's going to be more great events from you.
Absolutely.
And you let the people know how they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. You can follow me I'm on Threads, I'm on Instagram and TikTok at artandamp, ARTANDAMP.
All right. So I'm going to ask you the same question I will ask everyone at the end of each interview. What does living in your purpose or being a sister in purpose mean to you?
Living in my purpose means being able to combine something that I love doing, you know, something that I'm passionate about with something that I'm good at, and having it move people.
Yes.
That really is, you know, I feel like I am living in purpose when I can say that I'm doing something that I love and I'm good at it.
Yes.
You know, so I pray that I can continue on this journey and that people will continue to receive, you know, what I'm trying to do well.
Yes, amen. Well, again, thank you for interviewing with me, and I pray the same. I pray that you continue to make waves out here in San Antonio in the Black community, and we appreciate everything that you're doing with R&M. You're a great mom and a great person, and again, she's my bestie in my head, okay? But go ahead, like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. Interview number 4, interview number 5 is on the way. Y'all pray and have a good day. We're at the brunch spot. We're about to get us some breakfast, y'all. So thank you for joining us. Pray and have a good day. See y'all later.